Welcome back to another episode, and I've made it so publicly clear how good I think these 1GDs are, and I announced that I thought they were better than the V8s I had. Listen to this. Have we stretched that timing chain already? It can't be. So it's only a small rattle for a few seconds on a cold startup. But the oil's fresh. Brand new oil's just gone in recently. I know I'm at 40,000. I need to go in and do the bearings. I also need to do the automatic transmission service. But will I need to go in and sort out this timing chain rattle already? It's only 40,000 Ks in. Have we pushed this thing just that little bit too far? Wow. Have we pushed these Terrain Tamer springs a little far? You know I love my Terrain Tamer products, and especially their suspension. This 79 has the full kit, including the fortified shocks. We've been running them a long time. We had the 500s on the grey one. There's a lot more down travel, a lot. So the 500s for me were just a little bit soft when we were towing bullet truck around, really relying on the airbags. And then we were one of the first, outside of Terrain Tamer, to test the 700s. My theory worked here, and it's gone well past that saddle bolt. So that I feel that saddle needs to be a bit higher to gain all the down travel. We skipped the white one, opting there to use the TJM GVM upgrade, pre-rego, but we've got them back on the silver one. So with a small reno happening at home, a couple of bedrooms and an ensuite, just to keep us out of trouble, in case we've got any spare time. A brick wall that needed pulling out first. So we know a solid common house brick's between 2.5 and 3.5 kilos, depending on the density of it. But then allowing for the mortar and the render, it's anyone's guess. Each one's a bit different too. Now these are a 700 constant. The tray's empty. So what we do know is the ute, without the box and tyre, it's going to be around the 2.9, I'd say. We know the GVM's 3510. So we've got to try and eye out 600 kilos worth of load. So what we're going to do, we're going to get some measurements before and after we load it. So we're going to take a tray height, and then we're going to measure the exposed shaft on the shock. And you can see the witness marks now after that muddy weekend up at TJ's. Look how much up travel we are using on that shock. The weight carrying character of these springs has been dynamic for us. We just completed that big trip up to Fraser and back, only running 10 PSI in the bags. Whereas on the factory suspension around Tasmania, we needed 35. So that's a big difference. We dropped almost 100 mil after load, and we lost about 2 inches of shock shaft. What we'll do, we'll add 35 PSI to the bags, and what that did, it gained us 1 inch. And what it did, it took the bottom leaf away from the pack just that little bit. So that rubber there now, you can see, there's a gap. It's about an hour's drive for me to go to the tip where they recycle bricks, so you're not paying so much per tonne. It's right next to the kids mini bike club there at Menai. And I can say that it feels heavier than when I'm towing bullet with all bullet spares in the tray. It's travelling well, it's sitting on the speed limit. Don't feel any weight as far as when I accelerate. These are a 700 kilo constant. We've added that little bit with the poly airs. Here's a turn off to the mini bike club. That season will start again shortly. Will we give the GVM a run for its money? 4 tonne. Morning. Got bricks and mortar today, please?
What,
just bricks and mortar, yeah.
Is there no tiles on there?
No tiles, all bricks. Wow, we blew the GVM out of the water. 4 tonne. Well over 1 tonne in the back. Just bricks, mate?
No rebar, no rebar.
No, nothing. You have a look. It was just one clean brick wall. So when you got just bricks and mortar, it's cheaper to get rid of by the tonne because they recycle it. But they don't like you to just say, I've got bricks and mortar. They want to ask if you got tiles, if there's steel in the brickwork. And I mean, I am the customer on this job, so I want the best rate possible. 4 tonne. So we went in there at 4 tonne. That's almost half a tonne over GVM. And we came out tear at 2.8. So I've normally got the toolbox and the spare tyre on the back, and I always thought I was closer to 3 tonne unladen. Makes sense, the tyre and then a toolbox full of tools. So in my eyes, I always know I've got half a tonne of payload. So that was 1.2 tonne in the back. And just if you wanted to know, that 2.8 tear weight with the tray empty, that's a full tank of juice I filled up yesterday. So we got bull bar, side rails, a winch, and 35-inch tyres on alloy wheels and aftermarket suspension. We've got a roof rack on the top, aluminium tray, not steel. So you think most of the 79s you see got a couple of spare tyres on, a canopy. So you know you're adding up weight and you're not far from the 3510 in the new shape. But a lot of the older 79s, GVM of 3300, if the GVM upgrade wasn't done, you're overweight. You're overweight before you even get in the car. So that gives the majority of 79 people out there a guide to what they weigh. At 100 kilos if you've got a V8, remember the GVM is 3510, so your payload is the difference. In the model before this, if you're buying second hand, the GVM upgrade was very visible by the indicator. Next episode will be part 3 of our Fraser Island Gari trip. We spend the day over at Wathumba on the western side, but not before. We need to clear the tracks. And we show you how handy, and for good reason, why, to carry a snatch block.
Dad,
Yeah, jump.
what's going on?
Oh, carnage. It's not as easy as I thought.
We made it. Yay, well deserved.
Look at the 379s.
Also, we're going to have that race we talked about, the 2.8 versus the 4.5.
3, 2, 1, go!
And the fun didn't stop when the sun went down. I'll explain to you why this dingo's holding a shark. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, thanks for watching.